Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do talk about missing children in my channel. So today I have a new case for y'all. Today we're going to be talking about the disappearance of Cherrie Mahan. I hope I'm saying her last name right. So let's go ahead and get started. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so YouTube can be notified. So YouTube can notify you when I upload, because my uploads are just everywhere, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So Cherrie Anna Mahan was born August 14th of 1976, and she disappeared on February 22nd of 1985, declared legally dead November 5th of 1998, and was 8 years old. American girl who disappeared on February 22nd of 1985 after disembarking in a school bus apparently 50 feet from the base of the driveway up to her home in rural Winfield Township, Butter County, Pennsylvania. She was declared legally dead in November of 1998. Mahan abduction is strongly believed not to have been committed by a family member. So, Cherrie disappearance is one of the most infamous unsolved missing children case in the United States. The National Center for Missing and Exploring Children featured Cherrie as the first missing child to depict upon postcards distributed nationwide alongside a headline reading, "Have you seen me? Efforts to locate Cherrie alive or deceased are ongoing." So, if y'all were born back then, or if y'all were alive back then, when people used to get their mail, like any type of mail, phone bill, light bill, water bill, whatever, they were postcards of missing kids that would come with that bill, and it would say, "Have you seen me?" I actually remember. I think I came to the United States. I was born in Dominican Republic. I know, side note, but I was born in Dominican Republic, and I think I came to United States. I think it was in like 1999. I think I may be wrong, maybe before that, but I still remember that when my mom and we used to live with her sister. My parents used to live with her sister, which is this house that I'm filming in right now. But it was different back then. It was 8 people in a house. Okay, yeah. But I remember that I used to sometimes will see the bill, like a light bill or a phone bill, whatever, and I would see postcards of kids that would say, "Have you seen me?" So I don't know exactly when they stopped doing that, but I do remember seeing them on when my parents or my uncle and will get any type of phone bill. I also remember seeing it on like our milk cartons in the stores where they say, "Have you seen me?" But yeah, I don't know why they stopped doing that. I think they should have never stopped. But yeah, I do remember seeing that. So that's what they're talking about. So her background. Cherrie was born in Schaumburg, Pennsylvania on August 14th of 1976. Her mother, Genesis, was just 16 at the time she gave birth to her daughter, which she later confessed had been a result of being raped at the age of 15. Nonetheless, Genesis doted on her daughter, who grew up a friendly, talkative child. Later, starting, "We were also together. We grew up together. She was my life." Genesis later married a Vietnamese veteran named Leroy McCann, who willingly accepted Cherrie as his stepdaughter. In late of 1984, the family relocated to Clember Road in Boulder County. Cherrie attended Winfield Elementary School, where she was regarded as a bright, popular, and happy child. On Friday, February 22nd of 1985, the child was excited as her mother intended to take her on a play date when she returned from school. Cherrie accompanied her mother to the bus stop located approximately 50 feet from the base of the uphill driveway to their home. When the school bus arrived, the two told each other they loved each other before Cherrie boarded the bus. Cherrie was last seen exiting her school bus on Clember Road on February 22nd of 1985. She had led their bus with 3 friends at approximately 4:10 p.m. before her friends entered a car driven by her mother of one of the girls, Debbie Burke, who had followed the school bus in her own car. Cherrie was the observed to walk past a bluish-green van which had parked near the bus stop and turn a corner to walk the approximately 150-yard uphill drive to her home. The van would later be described as the 1970-era Dodge, possibly a 1976 model, with the distinct mural depicted a skier transforming in snow-capped mountain painted on the side. Burke was the last individual to see Cherrie. At the time of her disappearance, Cherrie was 8 years old. She was 5 feet 2 inches in height and had brown hair, hazel eyes. Cherrie was wearing a gray coat, a blue denim shirt, a white leather blue leg warmers, baggy boots, and caps, ear puffs. Cherrie's stepfather, Leroy, overheard the school bus slowing to a halt near her home. He later recalled he had intended to walk down the 150-yard driveway to meet his stepdaughter before his wife said, "No, it's nice days. Let her walk." When 10 minutes had elapsed and Cherrie had not arrived, her mother and stepfather began to worry. A search of their driveway did not locate the child or any of her footprints upon the snow on the ground leading to her house. Although they did not discover a set of tire aspiration in the driveway, soles approximately 50 yards from their home. Police immediately launched an intensive search to locate Cherrie. The terrain around her home was extensively searched with the assistance of bloodhounds and helicopters, and investigators conducted house-to-house inquiries. A thorough search of Blurry County was led by an estimated 250 local volunteers. Although the search failed to locate the child, Cherrie located community raised $39,000 as a reward from Cherrie's safe return, with the local business also pledging additional $10,000 for information leading to an arrest conviction of her doctor or doctors. Investigators quickly discounted any possibility Cherrie had been kidnapped for a ransom, concluding the child most likely knew her abductor or doctors, although all family members were quickly eliminated as a suspect. Appeals as to sightings of the distinctive bluish-green Dodge van produced eyewitnesses who informed investigators that they had seen a vehicle matching the description in a New Kingston traveling in the direction of Mountain Pleasant. Other witnesses stated that they had seen a blue car following this van and that the van was repainted black 1 or 2 weeks after Cherrie's disappearance. When no significant leads developed and the child had been missing for 3 months, a national direct mailing company printed a photograph of Cherrie's postcard accompanied by the question, "Have you seen me?" These cards were mailed to thousands of households across the USA, placing ties, telephones, and utility bill alongside an artist's rendition of the detective van seen in the vicinity of her abduction. In the decades since Cherrie's disappearance, investigators have pursued thousands of leads printing to the child's whereabouts and the defining of her doctor or doctors. Most of these leads have been potentially sightings of Cherrie or the 2 vehicles observed in the vicinity of her abduction. Although the child has never been found, neither vehicles was ever located. Lacking any conclusion evidence to the contrary, investigators had not discounted the possibility Cherrie may still be alive. Pennsylvania State Police continues to receive tips and updates relating to Cherrie's disappearance. In 2000, a computer-generated rendition of how Cherrie may have looked at the age of 23 was mailed to thousands of households across America. These lines of inquiry failed to generate any specific leads. In January 2011, Pennsylvania police received a new tip that deemed as potential critical to the investigation in the future. Although investigators declined to release specific details at this line of inquiry beyond stating the information source from an individual known to the child who had provided information with the potential lead, police has 2 unknown Pacific actors or spokesmen state information receiving that had been more specific than any information investigators had received in many years. The spokesman declined to further elaborate citizen the outgoing investigation. However, investigators did state that this potentially critical information indicates Cherrie is unlikely to still be alive. A further line of inquiry, investigators pursued dates from 2014 when the investigators pursued a tip that meant that Cherrie was alive and living under an assumed name in Michigan. The individual named in this letter was a woman who had been adopted as a child and was unsure of her piercing organs, although DNA testing later confirmed that this woman was not Cherrie. One of the most recent lines of inquiry investigation pursued dates from 2018 when McKinney received an announcement handwritten later describing in detail who had murdered her daughter, what they had done so, and where her remains are buried. The author of this letter concluded these conversations by stating, end quote, "I pray you find some peace after you find her body." Although exciting loss and had determined Cherrie could have been declared legally dead 7 years after her disappearance, Cherrie's mother only petitioned to have her daughter legally declared deceased in 1998. A Boyer County judge approved a petition from Jenny C. McKean to do so on November that year. 3 months earlier, she had donated the $50,000 reward sum for information leading to the safe return of her daughter to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Cherrie Trust Fund was given to her younger brother Robert, who was born 4 years after Cherrie's disappearance. Addressing the media following the conclusion of the legally proceeding, Genesis stated, quote, "When people die, you have a body. You kiss them upon the face, you put them in the ground, and you say goodbye. That's something I never had. This is not over. We'll always look for Cherrie. If nothing else, she will always be alive in our hearts." End quote. Cherrie's mother, Jennison, has stated her conviction her daughter's disappearance can still be solved. In 2020, McKinney revealed her conviction, and although she does not believe Cherrie's biological father was involved in her abduction, she believes individuals known to him were. Cherrie's mother has stated that prior to her daughter's disappearance, nobody had believed her claims that her daughter had been conceived through her being raped, adding that on any other day, she would have been standing at the bottom of her driveway to meet her daughter when the school bus arrived. And in that February of 22nd of 1885, that was the first day she had not done so. In 2019, Cherrie's mother discussed her ongoing turmoil as to the lack of knowledge of her daughter's faith, emphasizing her belief that an anonymous tip from the public could finally give herself and her family the closure they crave. McKinney stated to the media, quote, "I just wish someone could come forward and tell me what happened. That's all I pray for all the time, is just to know." End quote. Cherrie, family, and friends hold on an annual remembrance dinner at a restaurant in East Berder on a day close to each anniversary of her disappearance. At this event, stories and memories of Cherrie are shared. 4 of the attendees of this annual dinner are close friends of Cherrie, who had each publicly stated the disappearance of her friends had a profound impact in their lives, and the upcoming of mothers themselves has increased their empathy for Janice and McKen's sense of loss. And that is the sad story of Cherrie. I want to just, first of all, I want to say, and I think I said this in all my videos, somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. I don't know who, but somebody knows something. I really do think that whoever owned that van must have painted it right after they adopted her, because obviously the van is going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere, and they're like, oh, we have to paint it. And I also agree with her mom. Mind you, her mom got raped when she was 15, and that's how she got pregnant with Cherrie. I don't think it was her biological dad that did it, but I think it was somebody that knew her dad that had to do something with it. Why would they want to adopt her and potentially kill her? I don't know. To me, that does not make sense. I don't think that, I mean, Cherrie's mom got raped at 15. She had Cherrie. If her biological dad didn't want Cherrie's mom to have her, maybe because he was probably married, or and didn't want his wife to find out, he could have had her had an abortion. I'm assuming that would have happened. I mean, there are cases of girls that have gotten raped and gotten pregnant because of it, and when the rapist finds out, they usually like, nope, you're gonna have to have an abortion. This cannot happen. Obviously, to me, it seems like he wasn't married, or he didn't know. I mean, there's just so many things he probably did know. He probably didn't. If he didn't know, he wasn't married. He probably was married, but who knows? But I think it had to be somebody that knew him, but it had nothing to do with him. Like, what I'm trying to say is, it was somebody that knew who he was, but he didn't send them to do that to his daughter. Like, it wasn't like, you know what? Y'all need to go and do, this is where I raped this girl when I was 15, okay? She ended up having my daughter. I need to try to go, because why wait? Why wait for so long to do it? Why wait now? Why wait until Cherrie's old enough to do it? If you didn't, but I do believe that it had to be somebody that knew him and were probably mad at him. He probably did something, and they said, you know what? We're gonna take something away from you. I'm assuming he wasn't in Cherrie's life. It's just so many possibilities. There are many reasons of why they did it. But I do still think that it had to be somebody that knew her dad, and they were trying to hurt him in some way, and the way that they thought, it had to be her. And it's crazy because, like her mom said, I've always gone to go get her. I've always waited for her at the bus stop. And the one time that I do not do it, this happens. So I think it had to be somebody that knew her or that knew the family. And it's just so, so sad. Somebody knows something. And I hope that the detectives do have something. I mean, they say they have something, that's they got a tip, but they just don't want to bring out the tip to the public. And I'm assuming that it has to be a good tip. If they don't want to bring it out to the public, they just want to keep it as quiet as possible until they find out and get every detail of it. And it does happen in a lot of cases. It does happen to where the detectives have something that the public don't know, and because they don't want to jeopardize the case. And I think if that person that they are talking to knows something, then we hopefully will be able to get answers soon, and hopefully find out what really happened to her. I am keeping my hope up that she's still alive. You never know. I mean, it's happened before, and I really do hope and pray that she is still alive. But if she's not, in a case that she's not, I really do hope that her mom finds her body and to give her a proper barrier. Every child deserves that, and I say with all my children cases that I speak on here, I think the most thing that I think a parent deserves is to have their kid's body. is just to have their kids' body and to bury them and give them that proper burial that they deserve. And it's just how can you not feel what they feel? Obviously, me being a mom, I would not want to feel that. I would not, because I can't even imagine, God forbid something happens to my child, the pain that I would have to go through. So please, I am begging anybody who sees this video, if you know something, say something. Call the police. You do not have to give your name away. You do not have to give you could stay anonymous. Just say what you know. Give these families some answer, not just with this case, but with every case that I speak on of children. One thing that I want y'all to take from this video is, if you know something, say something, because you have no idea how long these families have been waiting for answers. That you may not see it in their face. You may think that their lives is normal because they don't show it, because they may have other kids that they have to take care of, because they have to keep strong for their other kids. Even though you may not know, they are broken inside. Broken. These families are broken, not knowing what happened to their child, having to go every single day, 9 holidays, birthdays, with not knowing what happened to their child. People know. That's what we do. We talk. We see something and we want to tell somebody. Do that. Do that for any family. Christmas is coming up. New Year's is coming up. And there's so many kids missing still. And there's so family out there that don't have the answer that they deserve. So with this case, and with any missing children case you saw and have seen in my channel, or you know about and you know something, or you know somebody that knows something, please talk. That is the best gift that you could give a family, is answer up to what happened to their little angels. Those little angels that are somewhere out there, cold, hungry, freezing. Yes, they may not be alive, but in the hearts of a mother, until they do not have the body of that child, of their own child, it's not gonna feel like they're always gonna feel like they're alive. It's just how you're always gonna see it. So say something. Give these beautiful families some answers. Like I said, Christmas coming up, New Year's is coming up. If you ask any mother, especially a mother that is missing her child and that for years has not known what happened to their little angel, you ask them, what do you want for Christmas the most? And I bet you the first thing that's going to come out of their mouth is say, I want answers. I want answers. I want to know where my baby's at. I want my baby's body, so I could finally bury her or bury him and give him the burial that they deserve. They should not be somewhere alone. They shouldn't. So guys, I will see y'all soon with another video. I hope y'all enjoy y'all beautiful week. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. December, oh my God, it's already here. 2023 is almost done with. I want to at least have 100 subscribers by the end of 2023. If y'all could get me to 100 subscribers by the end of 2023, I will be the most happiest person ever. Okay? 2023. By the end of 2023, y'all, please, please, please get me to 100 subscribers. Awesome. If we can do an extra, my birthday is February the 13th. So my birthday is the day before Valentine's, and I will be 36 years old. So if you could get me to 200 by then, that'll be the best birthday gift ever. But let's try to get me to 100 first before the end of 2023. And let's try to get me to 200 or even 300 like before my birthday. That would be the best birthday gift. I love you guys. I am so happy that I am doing these videos. I love doing these videos. I like keeping these little angels names out there and giving hope to every family out there that is missing a child. If you know of any missing child case that you have not seen me talk about, go ahead and put it in the description below. Also, if you know of any child that went missing during Christmas or New Year's, let me know at the bottom, and I will put that on the top of my list to speak about it, and I will hopefully be able to do it the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, before Christmas and before New Year's. So I will do it that week, so I wouldn't have to do it that same day of Christmas or New Year's. So I will be looking for somebody. If you know any kid that went missing on Christmas or New Year's, let me know in the description below, and I will speak about them. It could be any year. I kind of don't want to do it. Yeah, it could be any year. As long as I can get as much information as possible. Some of my videos, it's slow. I mean, it's not that slow, but it's like, some of my videos are short because some of them are really old and I have a lot of information out there. But if you know any kids that went missing New Year's or Christmas, let me know. And if I don't have them in my list, I will write them down on my list, but I will put them on the top just so I could talk about them on the day of Christmas, the week of Christmas, and the week of New Year's. Guys, have a great Saturday and have a great Sunday, and God bless y'all. I love y'all. Bye.